Oh my goodness. Hey y'all. Hey, what an amazing day it is. Hey. What's good, everybody? My name is Kamika Hunt, and I am your girl, the therapist, and this is What's Good from the Desk of the Therapist. I am excited about my special guest that's going to be with me today and join me on stage in just a moment. But you all are in for a treat. When we think about therapy services, we also often talk about resources that are available to our audience that we want you all to know about. So today is just one of those opportunities that we get to introduce you to another community-based resource and opportunity to serve. So without further ado, I'm going to ask my special guest if she would join me on stage and introduce herself to the people.
My name is Debbie Satterfield. I am the executive director and the founder of the House of Ruth and Naomi. It's a transitional house for women that's transitioning from jail, prison, or any type of challenge through life, just transitioning into a better lifestyle.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for being with me. This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this for a little while, and I am eager to hear more about the House of Ruth and Naomi. So I heard you share a little bit about who the audience is, but how did this come about? Kind of walk me through the backstory of what even got you to this space.
Okay, so the House of Ruth and Naomi became a nonprofit organization in December of 2012. The House of Ruth and Naomi received a grant, and we opened our doors to the public and to our community December the 1st of 2023. So it's been a long time coming, but everything happens when it's supposed to happen. I don't believe in coincidence or happenstance. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So that's when we opened our doors. We have 3 ladies in the house right now. One is bringing home a new baby. Yay! She's bringing the baby because you can bring a child with you. So we can house up to 6 women. And we can house 2 children, 1 parent per child. So that's how we are operating for right now, because that's all the house can hold. But we see bigger and broader and better things happening in the future.
Awesome. Yes, we're going to send you some love snaps and positive vibes and positive energy for that growth to occur. That is awesome. But why? What is your why? What made you want to show interest in this?
Okay, so let me just give you a little backdrop for myself. I have been in recovery. I'm recovering from life challenges and from mood changing substances I started using, but I didn't know it flipped the script and started using me. So I celebrated 20 years, December the 7th, of sobriety, of 2020. Yeah, so I'm so grateful for that. So that's really what started me on this path, because what I know, what the enemy meant for evil, God turned that thing around for the good. So that's my passion. It's always been women. My passion have always been women and their children. So when I was at a treatment center, I saw how they were running their treatment centers. And I was like, you know what? If God gives me an opportunity, I'm just going to tweak it a little bit. Not reinvent the wheel, but tweak it. So that's what we have done in the House of Ruth and Naomi. We do have bus passes, and, it's a beautiful home, because I wouldn't want to have my children living in something that I wouldn't want to be living in. So that's my mentality. When the women come into the House of Ruth and Naomi, they're actually guests. They're not clients. They're not a statistics. They are guests in the home. So that's where we get our motto, my board members and I, we have a strategic plan. We have policies and procedures. Our core values is honesty, respect, and nurture. Because without honesty, you can't move anywhere. You can't move forward if you're not going to be honest. To thine own self be true. So that way we can help you. We walk alongside of the women. We don't want their ball. We walk alongside of them with their ball. These are their goals that they want to reach, not the House of Ruth and Naomi's goals. We meet them right where they are. If they say, you know what, I just want to just focus on getting my children from DCS. Hey, that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on getting the children back from DCS.
Awesome. Awesome. So while they're well, first of all, thank you for sharing your story, and kudos and shout out to you for turning again what you acknowledge and I acknowledge what the enemy meant for bad. God has turned it around and worked it out for your good. And now you are truly living your purpose. And I think that that's commendable. But talk to me a little bit about the services that are available to the women once they come into the house of Ruth and Naomi.
So the services that are offered, the women, because what I know about this thing up here, the thinking has to change, and we're going to have to flip the thinking. So in order for the women to come into the house of Ruth and Naomi, they have to have a certificate of completion from a treatment center. Okay. So when they bring their certificate of completion in, then that's when we go over the policies and the procedures and the services that we offer are in-house therapy. We're offering services for therapy. We have bus passes for the ladies to get to their IOP, intensive outpatient appointments, to their doctor's appointments. And then most of the young ladies are on Medicaid, so they can get the Medicaid cap. But the services that we offer is a safe and protected, first and foremost, is a safe and protected house. Awesome. Once they don't have to have anything, because usually when they're transitioning from prison or jail or any type of challenge through life, they don't have very much. Everything that they need is in the house of Ruth and Naomi. Food, clothing, hygiene, anything they need is in the house of Ruth and Naomi. Once the basic need, Kamika, is once we meet the basic need, then as a mother, then you know what, I can really think on the next step, the next move I have to make. I don't have to worry about how am I going to get to where I need to get to, or do I have to call John, or do I have to call Ray? No, the house of Ruth and Naomi have everything you need to succeed. Everything is in the house that they need to succeed. So after we get the basic need, then they have to get a sponsor from any type of A that's going to save their A. It doesn't matter. It can be Celebrate Recovery. It could be a life coach, but we want you to get something that's going to help redirect your thinking when you get a bright idea. Usually when I get a bright idea, because I still have a sponsor, when I get a bright idea, I still run my thinking past her. Yes. Because I can't make consistent. Yes. I can't do it consistently, like on point all the time. So I have to run my thinking past somebody. That's what we ask the ladies, to get you a life coach, get you a sponsor within that first 30 days so they can guide you into this unknown territory, because some people have been using substances basically all their life. Yeah. So we need to redirect the thinking and then the therapy. We don't push jobs so quickly. Yeah. Anyone can get a job, Kamika. Anybody can get a job. We want the ladies to focus on a career. Go back to school. You don't have to get a GED. You can get your high school diploma. But whatever you want to do, then we go step by step. This is not a rush thing. You have to have a job within 30 days. No. We don't even want that type of burdensome spirit in the house. Yeah. We want them to be relaxed and feeling okay about themselves because they're beautiful. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean that your life is over. It's just another opportunity to start all over, start a new
Absolutely.
life. Yes, so that's
Absolutely.
what Naomi, we offer services that is contingent, and it's not a cookie cutter because we're not cookie cutter. We're all our own individuals. So we do a one-on-one. We have a one-on-one with the ladies. Just ask them, so what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 30 days? And then with that one-on-one, we say, okay, so did you complete your goal from last week? No. Well, how can we help you? What was your barrier that you didn't complete your goal? So that way we can get you closer to where you want to be. And the House of Ruth and Naomi is a 2-year program. So the ladies don't have to rush. We want them to really succeed and do well.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you. Because you answered my next question. I was going to say, like, what does a term look like for them being in the house? So that's awesome. Thank you. Now, let me ask you this. So we talk about the resources and helping the ladies to be set up for success. What does
Mhm.
partnerships look like for you? How could, if someone wanted to donate or come alongside as a partner, who
Okay.
would that look like, and what do you all need in terms of meeting the needs of the ladies in the house?
Great. So our website is www.hrnindy.com. So you can go on that website, and there are like little bullets or little points where you can support us by monetary, volunteer. You can just go on that website and just put your information in, and we'll get back with you. But our partners, yay, Second Helpings is one of our partners. Family Community Partners, FCP is one of our partners. The Volunteers of America is one of our partners, and the Crown Hill Neighborhood Association is one of our partners. So, because what we do know, Kamika, is if the community is not involved with the House of Ruth and Naomi, or we're not involved with the community, it's just going to make it harder. So we just had our first community block party in the Crown Hill Neighborhood Association area, and it was amazing. We had the Damien Center out. We had horses. So that's how you can connect with the House of Ruth and Naomi is our website.
Awesome. Thank you. I know quite a bit of people, and I know you said, we don't push the ladies out for employment opportunities, but when we think about job readiness skills, is that something you may be open to, or partnering with an
Yeah.
organization that can help provide some of the services when you talk about
Oh,
the ladies needing that sponsorship? If someone says, hey, we provide those services, are you open to them coming alongside and working with you as a partner?
yes, we are very much open. The thing of an open mind, when you keep an open mind, and because I've always looked at life, the cup half full instead of half empty. So when I'm open minded and our board is open minded to any type of suggestions, we always do our homework on the whoever wants to partner with us, and then we have a sit down and we talk about it and we talk it out, and that's how we have the partners that we have.
Awesome. I love it. I think this is an amazing organization. It's relevant, it's trailblazing, it's pioneering, it's closing the gap, it's identifying an opportunity in the community that we serve. Now, when we think about the demographic, is there, what is a specific target population? Is it only women who are transitioning, who have a history of substance abuse, or is that specific to them, or is it open to others in the community who have had
It's,
maybe previous experience?
it's open to any young lady from the ages of 18 to 65. Anyone, but it's primarily for women that's transitioning from prison or jail. Because what I have found out doing the statistics and the stats, it's harder for a young lady that's leaving prison coming in back into the community to find employment versus a young lady that just lost her apartment with no type of criminal history.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
But
again.
we also take those young ladies as well, but our main focus is women that's transitioning from prison and jail.
Awesome. Now, if someone is interested in, do they have to come by referral? And then what does that process, how do they get in contact with you? I heard you give the website, but what does that process look like? If someone says, hey, this is good for my niece, my daughter, my cousin, my auntie, how do they get in contact with you? And what does that process look like?
So what they do is when they on that link, there's another email address, hrnincindy.com. They will reach out on that website, I mean, on that Gmail account. And just like, let's just say, for an example, Kamika, you say, well, you know what? I know someone. You would go into that email address and you would tell me their name, and we would communicate back and forth via email. Are you on any type of substance? Have you, and if you say yes, have you been to, are you open to go to a access center or what do you call that? An access center or a treatment, a rehab, rehabilitation for 30 days. And if you say yes, and then we'll go on with the conversation and say, hey, well, we'll save a bed for you. And then once you get out of that treatment center, we would do a tour. We would walk you around the house to let you see the policies and the procedures, the rules. And what we don't want to do, we are more successful because, this is a trial and error thing. We are more successful when women come out to tour the house of Ruth and Naomi before they move in, because we go over the policies and the procedures, the guidelines, and what is expected.
Yeah.
So once they know all of that, and once they have all the information, they'll say, well, hey, Debbie, you know what? This is a beautiful place and I would love to come. Or, well, Debbie, you know what? This is a little bit too strict for me. So I'm going to look somewhere else. And we're here if you need us.
Absolutely. And that's the one of the ways. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, Kamika, because I can talk all day.
That's one of the ways that we do to ensure that we set anyone that we serve up for success. Right people, right places. It has to be a good fit, because this is not a one size fits all for everyone. And we really, truly do want everyone to be successful in their life. Well,
Yeah.
before we go, will you just take a moment and encourage someone who may be dealing with a difficult situation in their life? Will you just take a moment and encourage them?
Well, you know what? Coming from a woman that abandoned her four daughters, thank God for my family. The way that I was out there doing what I was doing to get one more, you don't have to do that anymore. I done it for you. There's a place. If the house of Ruth and Naomi isn't for you, call the 988 line. Just reach out, because life is worth living. It really is. And if you want to just connect with me, the HRNINCINDY.com, at gmail.com. You can reach out to me personally and I will talk to you. I will. If you want to come by the house of Ruth and Naomi, just send us a text. But you don't have to pick up. You don't have to go through any more of the ups and downs if you don't want to. That's a choice. You can make a choice to live, or you can make a choice to continue to do what you've been doing and get the same results in the end. But there is a place, there are places out there for you to get help, and we will walk alongside of you. And I know other organizations will also walk alongside of you.
I think that is awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. Before we go, will you affirm yourself? Will you just take a moment to give a couple of affirmations before we transition?
But you know what? One of our affirmations at the House of Ruth and Naomi is, just because one makes mistakes doesn't make one a failure. It's
Yes,
an
that's good.
opportunity to do something different and start a life all over again.
That's good. That is awesome. Well, I want to tell you, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. This is an amazing organization. Keep up the great work. I look forward to working with you in the future. Whatever you need
Yes.
from me, I am here and happy to support you. I know quite a few people, girl, so we got to make those connections to help you all continue to thrive.
Yes.
Great, great, great job to you, and just keep
Perfect.
up the great
Perfect.
work.
And I just want to thank you, Kamika, for reaching out. And I want to thank What's Good, because that that's powerful in and of itself. What's good? So I love it. Thank you so much for having the House of Ruth and Naomi as one of your guests on your pod show. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, wasn't that amazing, everyone? What a treat. Now, we have additional resources that I'm always happy to make those connections and share with you as our community of audience. But until next time, you all stay encouraged. Life is still worth living. There is hope. Don't give up. Encourage somebody. Let them know that all is well and they can make it. Whatever you have to do to encourage them just to keep going. Day by day, we get stronger, wiser, and better. Until next time, please have an amazing day and intentionally. You know what I always say? Let's get it. Hey, let's grow. I love you. Bye.